Hi guys, so obviously just finishing off the video that I've just put up, so I'll just be a second making sure that's finished and I've got everything ready to start painting. Yep, so I hope you just watched my video of making the display case for obviously the orcs, which obviously I love, and I certainly love how the diorama came out. Right, so there's a couple more buttons to push, and then I think we are good to go. Right, there we go. Fingers crossed everything has sort of come across well. I've never done like a live premiere and then straight into a video, or a live video. So yeah, fingers crossed everything has gone well, and obviously the main thing, hopefully you guys can hear me. I think I could hear myself a second ago. Very weird hearing yourself. So yeah, fingers crossed everything should be okay. I just need to get the chat up. That's one thing I've not got at the moment, and I just need to change my glasses because those glasses I can't read the chat. It was a little bit dirty, but never mind. There you go. I can read the chat. Awesome. So, Piper Atoms, Jimmy Deadman, made us something. Yeah, hope you guys were just watching the video. So yeah, good old orcs, the little diorama display case. Absolutely love making them. So I've got quite a few of the like the boxes sort of made up. These are nice and simple and easy to make, the boxes. And yeah, then it's just a case of customizing each one to whatever it is I'm putting in there. Which again, that's why I kept these nice and simple, just because it makes me want to do them even more. Whereas if I made one and it's really complicated and looked like amazing, it'd be all well and good, but then it might put me off making more, just because obviously the time involved and everything else. So yeah, sometimes simpler is better. But yeah, so obviously going to paint these little fellas. I know someone made a comment about me not putting all the scopes on. I haven't put all the scopes on. I also haven't put the little, I don't know, antenna connections, earbud, whatever it is, on the side of their heads. And the reason for that is I didn't like them. It's quite simple, really. I prefer the look of these guys without the let's zoom in a little bit on this dude. Yeah, I just preferred these guys, their heads as they were, rather than having those little antenna sort of thingies. And I'm sure my son would prefer the look of these as these. So fingers crossed. Right, my screen just froze out then. Hopefully things are still okay. Right, yeah, you can hear me. Awesome, good stuff. Made it something. First time I've made it to the start of a stream. Yeah, I thought I'd go for a bit of a different time today. Yeah, with the streams, it's really about sort of trying to fit them in when sort of best for me. And as much as the evenings are a good time to do them, I'm normally kind of tired by the evening. So yeah, sometimes when I do a live stream in the evening, I'm already tired before I start, and then obviously after 2-3 hours of talking, I think that's why my brain goes to mush and I just go a bit weird. So yes, I thought I'd do an earlier stream today, just so I'm a bit more awake, hopefully. And to see who else is on at different times, because I know I've done some streams in the morning, and obviously the people in the morning are generally from the other side of the world, as in sort of like Australia, New Zealand, Singapore. So obviously it's fun to do streams at different times, just to get different people around the world, which is kind of cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so going to do the slap chop underbrush method. So I have been filming this. Obviously, when I did the live stream last night, I was filming the assembly of these. So I've been filming little bits. The only thing I've done since my live stream last night, primed them in black, and then what I've been doing with the other ones, I've been doing some dry brushing in grey. Well, I thought I would try a little bit different. So yeah, so with the orcs and the Krieg, I've dry brushed them with this, but I thought I'd have a little change up, just because obviously, just to see what effects happen really. So this time I dry brushed it with desert base, Yeah, no real reason other than it's a paint that I've got. So I thought I'd give it a go. So I dry brush with that, and then dry brush with white just a little bit at the end, just to try and catch the highlights. So that's why these guys have already got a bit of a hint of sort of yellow. As the main colour I'm going to be doing on these guys is red. Yeah, I don't know if the yellow is going to help or hinder. Some of you guys might know whether or not a yellow or yellowish kind of base, it's not really yellow, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I think each time I do these paintings, I'm going to do a different sort of colour dry brush, just to see what effects it is, or maybe even do a variety. Do a dry brush, say the top half in say this, bottom half in grey, just to see what happens. Because that's the only way you really find out things is having a little go, having a little experiment. Yeah, and see what happens. So yeah, so these are fairly simple, as in there's pretty much just the 3 colours. There's going to be some silver on them, but I'm going to do that obviously afterwards with normal silver. But in regards to speed paints, obviously Fire Giant Orange is what I'm going for. Just because it's orange, I mean, it doesn't really matter, it could be called anything. It's the orange that I'm obviously going for. Black for their sort of trousers, tunics, or whatever they're called. And then they're blue dudes, which are pretty cool. So yeah, nice and simple. And then say there'll be a little bit of silver possibly done afterwards. But these are the colours I'll be using now. I have given this a good old shake before I came on, but it's worth giving it another little quick shake as I'm here. So good old trusty sprue built bottle holder. Yeah, there's a video out on that. Obviously it's simple enough, it's just cutting bits of sprue up that can accommodate a bottle nice and tidy, or tightly even, just so you can move it around and it doesn't fall over. Well, that's the plan anyway. Putting a transparent red colour over a yellow can make it look very orange. Yeah, so I have to admit, I'm not too sort of au fait with colours and mixing them and what colour works better over other colours. But yeah, that does obviously make sense. Putting red over yellow. Yeah. Well, we're going to see what orange over this sort of gives us, and whatever it gives us is what it gives us, basically. Yeah, I think it's just about having fun, really, isn't it? So we'll have a little go. Oh, that's it. It sounded quiet. It's because I haven't got me music playing in my ear. Although I can hear the rain outside, and that sounds pretty nice. So I do like the rain. I'll just check. There we go. There's a bit of music. Right, so hopefully these aren't going to be too dark. I've got another light right in front of my body facing these, just because sometimes then they won't lit up very well, or I'd have the light above my head too near me, which obviously glared off my bonce. So hopefully the lighting situation is a bit better than it was last night. Mr. French 1991, what's actually needed for a kill team? Well, I originally bought the starter set. The starter set's obviously a good way to go, because you get the rule books, you get 2 teams, you get the board, and some terrain. So yeah, I started with the starter set. I think it's about 60 quid, which isn't too bad, because most of the kill team boxes are around about £30 each. So you're getting 2 teams, so there's almost 60 quid itself. The rule books, terrain, and basically everything you need to get up and running and started. So I bought my kill team starter set, I think about 4 weeks ago, just under 4 weeks, give or take. It's in one of my videos when I unbox it, because obviously I got pretty excited. So yeah, I think I've had the starter set for about 4 weeks. This is my 4th sort of full kill team, and yeah, to say I'm hooked would be a bit of an understatement. I absolutely love it. It's yeah, it's the best thing ever. I can't get enough. Andre, you tried yellow over a dark purple. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just having a go at playing around, seeing what happens. Although in my case, I would need to write it down, because I know I'd try something, it'd be like, oh yeah, I like that, and then a month later I'd be like, now what did I do? Well, I was saying that, I just watched one of my videos. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, because I play memory like a sieve. Honestly, I could do something, and then within a day, I'd forgotten how I did it. So I have got my alarm going to go off in about 24 minutes. I'm printing some things out. I don't know if you've seen obviously the new board that's come out, the Kill Team, the Into the Dark Kill Team box set. They've changed the size of the board. So obviously if you've seen my recent video where I made the Gallo Dark sort of base to play the game on, obviously I thought I was clever making it before the game came out, so then I could just paint the terrain bits and put them on my board and it looked great. But they've changed the size of the board. So obviously it's a good excuse because it means I get to go and make another board, which is what I'm currently doing. So I'm printing some bits. So if my alarm goes off, I'm going to quickly nip up, change the printer to print the next bit off. So yeah. Oh, one other thing, guys. Obviously these were sent to me kindly by Speedy Trading. It's a group of guys, and they got like an eBay page. They've been doing it for the last couple of years, but they've just recently set up a website, the first of this month actually. So yeah, so if you're into buying Kill Team stuff or Warhammer stuff or any sort of like tabletop gaming stuff, they kind of seem to do. They do obviously boxes, like brand new boxes full of stuff on sprues, and they also sell obviously like second-hand figures that are obviously pre-built and pre-painted. So yeah, speedytrading.co.uk. I think there's a link in the description. Well, there should be. Yeah, go and check that out because they kindly sent me these, well, free, which is obviously rather nice because everyone loves free stuff. Jazz. So these are primed in black. Yes, primed in. Everything's primed in black, and then dry brushed. So dry brushed with this colour first. Normally I do grey, but I just thought I'd have a bit of a mix up. So dry brush with this, and then a very, very light dry brushing with white. There's two videos out. There's one of orcs and one of the Kriegs. If you go and have a look at those, they'll show you sort of how I've done it. And obviously this video of me doing these should be out Friday. Yeah, showing how I painted these basically, which is cool. Yeah, right, let's crack on because well, it shouldn't take too well. I say it shouldn't take too long. They're famous last words, aren't they? It won't take long to paint these. There's only a few. So yeah, obviously I'm going to do like batch painting because this is kind of my preferred method, especially when obviously you're doing especially a kill team where they are all going to be in the same colours. It just makes it so much easier. Yeah, the batch paint. So that's why obviously I'm going to go through with the orange on all of them. Then I go through the blue on all of them. Then the black on all of them. And then say there will be a few bits of silver. Not much, just bits on the gun, I think. It's the only thing I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to kind of follow. Yeah, because basically it is pretty much they are in like black. I don't know, like tunics and trousers. And then the armour bits, obviously in the box, are white. But say my son liked the idea of doing orange, which is awesome because orange is my favourite colour. And that's what we're going to be doing for these chaps. So yeah, I will be doing some filming. So every now and then I will move the camera that you're obviously currently looking at. Yeah, just so I can film it for the video on Friday. Nurgle Nerd, hello. Hope you're well. J-Rod, Into the Dark looks more like a dungeon crawler. Yeah, well, it's weird because if you saw the video where I did the unboxing of I think it's the recruiter set or starter set, I even made a comment then that I wanted to make a board up that looked like it was on a spaceship because I just love that sort of feel. And then lo and behold, a few days later that I then saw some videos where Into the Dark was coming out, and it's like, it's like perfect. I love the game as it is, but now they've already bringing out something that I was going to try and sort of do myself. And obviously it has new rules for obviously more close combat. Obviously doors that you can open, someone can shoot through, and then you shut the door. So yes, I can't wait to get my box set. I'm hoping I'm going to get it Thursday, but we'll see. So yeah, so let's. Right, so what have I filmed so far? Because I dry brushed these this morning, and I can't remember if I've done any filming since. So let's move that out of the way. And I'm just going to do a little bit of filming of these guys, obviously, kind of as they are. So we'll set these up. Yeah, so whenever I do these live streams, I am kind of filming at the same time, obviously not all of it, just bits of it, for a video. Which is why obviously every now and then I will move the camera. I've got my focus set to manual because I prefer to be well, be in control of the focus rather than the camera sort of just going nuts, going in and out. So there we go. So we'll start filming, and this is where I can show that this is how they obviously now look once they've been primed. Primed? Yeah, well, painted, you know what I mean. Right, and then we can move them back as we show the colours I'm going to be using, which is them ones and that one, which is cool. They can go back, that can go there, and let's pick him. He can be my first one. And then we go to do that, and then we'll pause because we move the camera. Cool. Yeah, I hope you guys are all well. I say, yeah, in the UK we're finally getting rain, although we're kind of, it's the usual thing, we get too much. So even though some places are probably still have like a drought warning, I think other places are having a flood warning. It's nuts out there. But yeah, so it's been raining, not all morning, but most of it, I think. Right, so the usual thing I kind of do is I work out where my hand is going to be, just so that I can get the camera focusing on that. And what we're going to do, we'll zoom in a little bit. It's always good to get near. With an angry looking face, isn't he? Yeah, that looks good. And let's have a go at doing a bit of painting. And say, so I don't know what this is going to look like. So obviously I'm putting orange on this. Well, will it still come out orange, or is it going to change to a different kind of colour? We'll soon see. Because sometimes with these speed paints as well, it can sometimes take like 2 coats to get the desired sort of look effect. So yeah, it's all a learning experience. Plus, say, I love it. I love using speed paints, and obviously I love doing this this underbrushing technique. I just love it. And yeah, so it's simply a case of going over all the armour bits and yeah, painting them all orange. Again, that's why I love this technique. It's just so simple. But say, I think with the orcs, I really loved how the orcs came out. More so their skin. That'll do. Yeah, I've never painted orcs as well as I'm going to get them out. I can't help myself. I have never painted orcs this well. Normally my colours are very, very block colours, and don't really show much in the way of differentiation in, like, especially skin tones. It's like his skin, I think it's just come out so well, the way it's like obviously so many dark areas, lighter areas, and even the green itself looks like I've used different colour greens. When this was just one green, this was, oh, which green was this? So this was just a case of the Plague Bearer flesh contrast paint is over his skin. So there's nothing else I did on his skin. It was just this straight over the underbrushing, and yet it gives such a good effect with minimal effort, really. Which again, you can't go wrong. Minimal effort to get maximum results. Yeah, can't help myself. I just keep. Again, I'm looking at the orcs, and I still can't believe that I painted them. It's that nuts. It really is. But well, let's have a quick look, see what people have been saying. So maybe something it's just started to drizzle again. Yeah, say it's nice though because the air is cooler. I say, as much as I love the summer and I love sun, when you're working, it's no fun. If you're by a pool or a bar, then yeah, love it. But just generally, it's not nice. So yes, I'm enjoying the cooler weather now. It's lovely. And again, I'm going to start going out for walks again soon. So I don't mind walking in the rain. I just don't like walking when it's sort of sweltering hot. Kayoma, you live in North Norway. Oh wow, but it's cold up there, isn't it? And it's been raining here for a week. Oh wow. Oh bless. Yeah, that might be too much. Although again, I don't mind the rain. I sit indoors, I'm painting, I'm in my happy place, hearing the rain hit the windows. Yeah, love it, love it. Mr. Mick would love to see someone do Tau like the aliens from District 9. See, I've seen the film, I can't think what they look like. No, yeah, I can't think. That's how bad my memory is. I've probably seen the film quite a few times as well. I do watch a lot of movies. Celtic, you love the orcs. Yeah, me too. I think they're great. Although I probably won't be playing them anymore because I love the Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers even more now. J-Rod, they look amazing. Right after I saw your video, you bought the recruit set. Yeah, oh, awesome, mate. You're gonna get hooked. Honestly, so this channel I started 2 years ago. Funny enough, with orcs. And obviously I was just doing painting the orcs, making terrain bits. Never ever played any of the Warhammer games or any games from Games Workshop. Purely I like the figures. I looked into some of their games and just thought, nah, they're not for me. And then honestly, what was it, about 5 weeks ago, I saw a video, Kill Team, hooked straight away. So in the day I must have watched about 6-7 videos. Several were like battle reports and a few were like how to play the game. And yeah, watched it, and then that same day I bought the recruit set or starter set, and then as soon as that turned up, as I say, the rest is history because it's just gone nuts. Lord, what's that? Lord of D1000. Your internet is being slow and you can't watch the live. I watch it later. Ah, sorry, buddy. That's a shame. Well, I must admit, yeah, my internet. Well, touch wood. It's okay because I've done a couple of streams where it's gone for an hour or two and then cut out. Yeah. Just J2, ironically, I can't get anyone around me to try a Kill Team. Well, I say my son's going to play. He hasn't played yet because he's waiting out for these. And then a guy that I played D&D with. He's never played it before. The Kill Teams. We've played several games, and yeah, he likes it. So we're not going to do like every week games, but it's definitely going to be twice a month, if not more. So yeah, so I think it's a week Thursday. I'm going to be playing with my Stormtroopers for the first time. I can't wait. It was dioramas you started with first. It was dioramas. Yeah, I literally bought some orcs, made a diorama, made a couple of dioramas. Then somehow I got into doing stuff with sprues. Did a lot of sprue builds. And yeah, I did that for quite a while. But then I got to a stage where I was building so many things, painting so many things, but because I never played the games, I had so many things just sitting around gathering dust. And that's when I then went over to D&D, sort of the end of last year, beginning of this year, purely because I wanted to get back into D&D, and I was making stuff I was actually using. So that's why, again, I'm super excited about this stuff, because I'm building these and I'm playing with them, which is great. Yeah, so to have a channel where I've been building and making stuff for it's a good year and a half, never ever played with any of the stuff I built, which probably sounds bad because obviously I'm an old man who's annoyed that I wasn't playing with my toys. The good thing is I'm playing with my toys now because I am a big kid, and I'll gladly admit I'm a big kid. Right. Well, so far I'm liking the orange. It's orange. It's not bright orange. It's not a dark orange. It's just orange. So some areas I might go over it again with another coat just to see if that makes it any orangier. Orangier? I don't know. But no, yeah, I kind of like it as it is. Well, I say it's weird because I really thought my son was going to say blue or green, because they're his kind of favourite colours. But yeah, I say obviously he knows that orange is my favourite colour, and yeah, he chose orange, which was rather nice of him. But I'd have been happy with whatever colour he'd have chose. So what we'll do is we'll get a couple of these painted, and then I'll probably do a little bit more filming just here and there. As I say, the video showing these being built and fully painted, my plan is to get it out Friday, because obviously I am trying to get into a routine of every Friday there being a video. Obviously at the moment I'm trying to do 2 videos a week, generally one on a Friday, because that's the date I want to make sure there's always a video Friday. But then I'm also trying to get one out sort of like Mondays or Tuesdays. Andre, did I change my lighting? I'm not as shiny. I did change my lighting because someone made a comment yesterday about my head being so reflective. I think it was giving them migraines. No, what I've done is, yeah, the light that's above me is now further away. I mean, it's still only about a foot away, but yesterday it was literally sort of, it was just out of camera. But I've got another light that's in front of me shining on these. So that's why I put the top light near my head to light these up. But say, because I've got this other light literally in front of my chest, yeah, I've been able to have the headlight a bit further away. So yeah, not as shiny today. No, I put some talcum powder on it. No, I didn't. Made something with the white armour of Stormtroopers, a good way. Try some nice shadows to use. What's that, Tamiya panel? Yeah, I've seen a few videos with this Tamiya panel line stuff. Goes into the cracks. Yeah, who was it? There's someone else. Another video I was watching, and they used the Tamiya stuff. Well, I think I looked up how to paint white white models, and yeah, they were using it, and it looked really good. So I may need to get some of that. Yeah. J-Rod, the biggest problem with toys is the storage. Yes. Have you seen my display cases? I won't get it out again. But yeah, that's why I'm making them display cases, just because they're stackable. Everyone loves stackable things. And yeah, it's just a good way of obviously having the models so they're painted, but you can still see them. Because now I am getting into this and I'm really excited about all the figures. I don't want to be painting them and then sort of sticking them in a cupboard or a box or anything that's where you can't see them. So yes, that's why I've made my little display cases, just so I can look at them. Because I am super pleased with how they're coming out with this this underbrushing technique. I love it. If you haven't given this video a like yet, guys, if you can, that'd be awesome. It does kind of help good old YouTube's analytics. Because I think I'm still somehow in YouTube's bad books. Because when I started doing live streams, well, nearly about a year and a half ago, I started doing live streams. I think I was averaging about 150 to 180 viewers, whereas now, obviously, nowhere near that. And I think a lot of it is because YouTube just doesn't tell people that I'm live. Then again, not that it really matters if there's like 2 people watching or 22 people watching. I'd still be doing obviously what I'm doing. Right. I'm not sure if there's. Oh, I'm just about to see his front chest bit. But again, that's why I like doing that, the underbrushing. Because obviously where the brush can't reach is obviously darker areas, or would be darker areas, because the light isn't reaching them. So that's why in here it's quite dark. So even when I put the orange on, it's going to stay quite dark. But I just think that's really cool the way obviously that's what it does. Are his gloves white? Oh, his gloves are black. So yes, it's kind of like all just the metally bits or plasticky bits of his armour that are the colour. Right, that's him nearly done. say I do like the orange. I may give it another coat. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to obviously going to go around all of them, do one coat on all of them, see how it dries. But yeah, 'cause I didn't really want the orange to be like too bright and too vibrant. But yeah, I think this is quite nice, especially because it'll probably look lighter once I paint him in the black. Then this will look obviously lighter. So but yeah, I'm pleased with that so far. Oh, apologies, I've not been reading any of the text. Let's scroll up because I may have missed something. Oh, I've missed quite a bit. Is that Atu? Which do I prefer, speed paint or contrast? To be honest, I can't say I've noticed a difference. Yeah, they both seem to act the same as far as I'm aware, or from what I'm doing they are. But I am looking forward to trying out, I mentioned it last night, the dipping paints. Green Stuff are sort of getting in on the act of this as well, and they're bringing out dipping paints. And the reason I like their ones are because they're in much bigger bottles than this or this. I think their bottles are at least twice the size of these ones, but for the same price, if not less. So again, I'm very much value for money kind of guy. So yeah, so if it does the same result and it's half the price, then yeah, I'm your man. I want some of that. So yes, I am getting the dipping paints fairly soon. I know they've been sent to me, but they come from Spain. So they're en route apparently. So yeah, I'll be trying them out soon, and hopefully they'll be just the same as these, which will be pretty cool. Susan, hello. Apologies, I've only just said hello because I think you've probably been there a few minutes, but I'm just going back, having a little look. You're about to eat lunch, Shiny Head versus Halo. Actually, YouTube algorithm is weird. It's annoying more than weird because I'm quite an analytical kind of person and like methodical. So yeah, so when things aren't sort of following a pattern when they should be, it is very, very confusing. Yeah. Mr. French 1991, it's Taco Tuesday. Nice. Andrew Fishman, hello buddy. Stuart Perry, afternoon to you. If you need to finish painting gun. Yeah, all the guns are going to get a bit of silver at the end. So yeah, I'm kind of going over doing orange, but some of the orange bits may well get some silver on afterwards. I'm not too sure. We shall see. Does slap chop work for any paint or only speed? Yeah, Andre, I think it's going to be, well, unless you can water down your paint. Yeah, I'm not too sure because obviously speed paints and contrast paints are obviously by their nature very, very watery, very translucent, which is obviously why it works well because it shows through obviously all the sort of like shading and highlights that you've done with the dry brushing. Yeah, I'm not sure if you like watered down a normal paint. I don't know if that'd give the same effect. Maybe. All I can say is give it a go and let me know. Yeah, because obviously I've got the speed paints, I've got contrast paints, and I'm soon going to be getting dipping paints. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Right, is that back to normal? Cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, same as what I've just done with one. Now to do with them all. So say, oh, I think I've just heard my alarm. Well, not my alarm, but my printer. So right, guys, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. Say because I'm building another board for Into the Dark. Because obviously Games Workshop have messed me about by changing the size of the board. Right, let's stop that. Right. So, because basically the print I've got going, it finishes every hour, and then it's just a case of setting it going again. So, right, literally 2 seconds just to set my printer going again. Yeah, so I'm printing out some tiles to make a new, obviously the kill team board, and each one of the tiles takes an hour. So hence the reason why every hour I've got my alarm set. Well, I can just about hear the beeping anyway, but there we go, set the alarm going. Yeah, to take one off and then go and do another one. Alrighty, let's get my earbud back in. And yeah, so let's get this dude done with his mighty weapon. So it looks like his one is going to be just the end. So usual question, guys, what are you lot up to? Just so I can have a little look in the comments and well, just be thinking about whatever you're doing. Yeah, apologies if every now and then I don't say much. It's because I'm concentrating. Well, I think I'm concentrating more on making sure I don't stick my tongue out as I'm painting. Just because obviously I concentrate that much, the tongue might just stick out. Yes, so obviously this is my fourth full kill team, but obviously when I get the box set, say fingers crossed I'm going to get it Thursday, but it'll be Thursday or Friday. So when I get the Into the Dark box set, there's obviously 2 more teams. So yeah, we're in a space of, what that'll be, about 6 weeks, 6 teams. What if I can keep going every week, get a new team? So yeah, each week you get a video with a new team and a new display case. Alright, let's have a little look. Andre has done 1 mini so far. Awesome. Well, they say start doing this technique and you'll be knocking them out. Andrew's just painting up some Palanites, touching up, and final highlights. Oh, awesome. Again, I think that's why I like this technique, because it is just so simple. Plus, it's weird, I look at a figure and I can't work out highlights, which is really weird, because I'm a photographer, used to be a graphic designer, so I'm all aware about light and all the rest of it. But when it comes to painting, I think it's because I can't visualise it painted. Because normally when I look at something, I can sort of break it down into stages of how to get to the final end goal. But with these figures, when I look at them, I can't visualise them fully painted. So I can't break it down and then sort of aim to get there. But that's where this style of painting, for me, is obviously a godsend. Because it is a case of, you just prime it, dry brush it, slap some paint on it, job done. Susan's been drawing all morning. I used to love drawing. I haven't done any drawing for, I don't know, can't even think, but I used to love drawing as a kid. Loved it. 40k guy, hello buddy. You're working on your tail kill team. Oh, awesome. Seen in Discord. Yeah, guys, go check out Discord. There's a link. I want to say there's a link down below. There should be a link down below. Apologies if there isn't. I know I changed it a week or so ago because the one I did originally have run out. But yeah, go and check out Discord. There's loads of great people there sharing their pictures, giving advice, all the rest of it. Awesome. I do go there, not as much as I should, because I kind of found it a bit overwhelming. There's so many people there. It's awesome. But yeah, sometimes I feel a bit like it's too many. So that's why there's one channel that I go on. So yeah, makes it easier for me then. I'm trying to scroll down, but it keeps whizzing. Kayoma is finishing up the Cursed City models. Okay, and you're basing them now. Last step before you can play the game. Oh wow, got hold of a box of the game. 2 weeks. I go, okay, that's not too bad going. No, getting in 2 weeks and getting stuff ready. Yeah. And you have the town, the crew. Get some stealth suits and build a foot. Nah, see, 40k. It's really, the 40k army just doesn't interest me at all. I like the idea of the smaller, and that's why even a 10-man team seems a little bit too many to me. That's why I really like the intercessors, just because there's only 6. So obviously it's a lot easier to look after the 6 people rather than 10. And that's why, yeah, to do an army, it's like it's too many going on. Mike Burley rushed home from work, now sat in the garden watching the stream. Blue skies. I'm in Somerset. Oh wow. Yeah, it's been chucking it down here pretty much on and off most of the day. It's only been grey all day. Stuart Perry's just ate the tea. Watching you on your own. Family keeping you in isolation. Have you got COVID? Oh no. Well, I hope it's the COVID where you don't feel pants. Not that you obviously want any kind of COVID, but yeah. Andre, thank you for putting up the Discord link. Right, I think I've kind of caught up-ish. Apologies if I haven't answered any question. If you want to ask me a particular question, because I know you guys chat amongst yourselves, which is awesome. If you want to ask me a question, if you can put at Miniature Hobbyist somewhere in your comment, just because then on my screen it highlights it in orange, and this makes it more noticeable for me that it's me you're talking about or talking to. But yeah, no, I love the fact that you guys obviously just chat away to yourselves. Has he got part helmet or is that his head, the blue bit? It's his head, isn't it? It's just that white band. Not a white band, it could be an orange band. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased my son went for orange. So I wouldn't have minded doing the blue or the green or purple, whatever colour he wanted really. But I do like orange. So how many of you guys watched my the orc display diorama thingy before coming here? I'm hoping lots of you. If you haven't, go and check it out. And drop a comment if you can, guys, because it does kind of mean a whole lot to me. Because hopefully YouTube will realise that people do like what I do. And it's worth pushing it out to others. 40k guy, what colour am I painting the cloth in? I'm going to go black. My son liked the idea of the black and the orange, so I'm sticking with black and orange. And what basing will I do? What base? Is that a silly question? What basing am I going to do? It's going to be clear bases, man. It's always clear bases. Everything I do is going to have a clear base. The only reason I wouldn't do a clear base is if I was making a figure that I would never ever use in a game. I love the bases when they're like made up with little rocks and tufts of grass and all the rest of it. But then obviously it then looks silly when you're playing that particular person, well, into the dark on a spaceship. So that's the reason why I don't like doing bases for these. I'd rather be able to see the base that they're actually on. But say if I was making one of these and it was going to be like a little standalone figure that I was going to put on my desk, then yeah, I would do like a fancy base. But otherwise, always clear bases. Love clear bases. His hands actually part of the black bit. Let's do the whole that bit of the gun. So I'm not too sure on some of these how much of the gun I'm going to do in orange or do in silver. But obviously if I do it in orange first, it's easy enough to paint over the orange with the silver. In regards to this stream, I don't know how long it's going to be. I mean, my plan is to obviously get these fully painted, kind of today, really. But then say I want to get this video out on Friday, so it doesn't need to be fully painted today. I can sort of do some tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, typically the streams I do, I like to do like say 2 hours is good. 3 hours is kind of like the max. I kind of do. But yeah. Susan dioramas, yeah, it makes sense for clear. Yeah, yeah. And the fact that the clear bases then work well on whatever display case sort of diorama I make. Pizza Loving Gal is watching whilst cooking dinner, and it's wet there in the New Forest. It's wet everywhere. So what are you cooking, Pizza Loving Gal? Pizza? Try and get a little bit of orange in there. Yeah. What glue can be used for the clear bases? Super glue. Yeah, Michael, again, you're gonna hear this from a lot from me. Whenever I go on Amazon, I kind of buy the cheapest, cheerfulest stuff. So I use this. I mean, I love the fact they call it industrial grade super glue, because as you can see, this one actually takes between 5 and 15 seconds to dry. So I wouldn't really call that an industrial glue because it takes a while to adhere. And sometimes that 5 to 15 seconds can be more like 10 to about 25 seconds. But this is the glue I use. Obviously a big old pot, as you can see, and it's about £3, give or take. So yeah, 50 grams of glue. This is what I use, and yeah, I mean they all stick to the bases. I mean, I'm sure if I pulled hard enough, it would come off, but yeah, he's not going to come off without a lot of force. But yeah. He's on there good enough. So yeah, so I use this, but this is say Amazon, cheap and cheerful. Yeah, I like a bargain. Yes, I mean, like I was saying when I was doing the orcs, I reckon an army like this, batch painting, I would certainly be able to paint this in under about 2 hours, if obviously I wasn't live streaming, which I think is just nuts to be able to get like 10 figures done at what I would consider to be a reasonably good standard. I mean, obviously it's not mega. Obviously, a lot of you guys could do a whole lot better by doing obviously all the highlighting and edging and all the rest of it afterwards. But say I'm pleased with how these come out. And the fact that I could do, say, an army of 10 in under a couple of hours is pretty good. Yeah, these are quite cool figures. These are looking better now. When I first put these together last night, again, I don't know if that's because I was tired, but I really wasn't that fussed on how they looked. I let my son pick whatever team he wanted. So we looked through I've got that book, that compendium book. Again, I bought loads of stuff for Kill Team. It's nuts. So he had a good look through that and online, and this was the team that he fancied having. So yeah, so I'll let him decide what team he wanted, and it was this one. But again, I think it's because they're kind of puny looking people. Oh, pardon me. Compared to, well, I always compare things to the orcs because obviously I love orcs. So yeah, these guys are very teeny tiny in comparison. Again, apologies, I've not been really looking at comments. Andrew, it's a nice orange cover. Yeah, I must admit I'm pleased with how it covers because I haven't really used this orange much. Because in the past, whenever I've painted something and I needed orange, I've kind of used the yellow. Just because the yellow seems to come out as an orange. So I must admit, when I first started these, I wasn't too sure whether the orange was going to be like an orange, or would the orange come out like a red. But no, yeah, it's coming out a nice orange. So I am happy, and it's certainly drying nice as well. So that the dude that's dried, yeah, I like it. I think it should look quite nice against the black. So obviously it's going to be the orange, the black, and then a few bits are going to be silver, bits on the gun that is, and obviously their faces are going to be nice and blue. Yeah, cheers Celtic for putting out the Discord. So yeah, guys, go check out Discord. Honestly, I think I last looked, there's about 260, 270 odd people over there, and there's normally quite a lot of people on at one time as well. So yeah, there's loads of channels, loads of channels with all kinds of stuff, and yeah, a good place to go, hang out, show people what you're doing, what you're making. Yeah, ask for help, advice, or give help or advice. Andrew, they are better than any mods I've spent a lot more time on. Well, I must admit, that's the reason why I love this, because I watch, obviously like you guys, I watched a lot of people paint. But the problem is sometimes you find these people that paint and obviously their stuff looks amazing. And they make it look easy. But when you have a go, or when I have a go at doing it, it doesn't come out anything like what they've done. I spend far too long on it, and then the result is pants. And then you look at it and think, I've spent hours and hours on this, going over it, doing this, highlighting that, and it looks like a mess. And sometimes that can put you off, because obviously you're then putting a lot of time and effort into something, but you're not getting rewarded because you didn't really enjoy doing it, and you don't enjoy the after bit. And again, that's why I can't say how good this is. I'm enjoying doing it, the end result is great, and it doesn't take a lot of time. So yeah, they have competitions as well on the old Discord. The town make up for their diminutive size with the biggest guns. Well, actually, I must admit, from the battle reports that I have watched, these guys do seem to be ranked quite highly in the right hands. So yeah, they look puny, but obviously their shooting is awesome. Although if their shooting's good, that would generally mean that their hand-to-hand close combat is pants. So these guys are probably going to struggle into the dark, I would have thought, in the old Gallow Dark terrain. Because one thing I've been struggling with playing the orcs. So I've only had 2 proper games, but because most of the orcs, I think there's only 3 or 4 that can shoot long range. All the rest are close combat, or they got like little pea shooters. They can't shoot far. So yeah, I kind of get picked off before I can even get anywhere. A lot of them die and don't even get a shot. But obviously that would be definitely different in the Gallow Dark, where there is a lot more close combat. So even if it's not hand to hand, at least their puny little guns can shoot far enough. Close combat isn't great, that's why they bring crew. Oh, in the 40k. Oh, okay. Ah, fair enough. Oh, I've got a bit on Orcs love the crumping up close and personal. Yeah, definitely. I say after like 2 years of making a few orcs and stuff, it was rather nice to actually play them. And obviously I played them how they should be played, and that was the old case of they're just going to run in, have some fun, and die. If they get a shot off, woohoo, bonus. But yeah, they had the cavalier can-do approach. Unfortunately, they didn't back it up with actually doing anything, but they had fun. And that, as I say, is the main thing in life and anything. Have fun. Oh, can't even see it there. The orcs are really good in the new kill team. They have the breaches that go through the walls, yes. Yeah, definitely. Well, so that's why I'm really looking forward. So, because my next game isn't for, say, a week Thursday. So I'm hoping by then, well, not hoping, I'm aiming by then. So obviously we've had the box set Into the Dark. I say I'm making the board up now. As soon as I get the box set, the first thing I want to paint is all the terrain bits. So I will paint all the figures, but it's the terrain bits I really want to get painted first, just so that when I next play my mate on, say, week Thursday, we'll be able to play Into the Dark, and I'll be able to use my Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers, which obviously should look pretty cool. So I'll definitely take plenty of pictures of that. I say eventually I will do sort of battle reports, but I really want to know how to play the game better first. Handy fishermen make their own doors, yeah. Yeah, Mike, you might be right. Say, obviously the thickness of the walls and Into the Dark may be like super thick, so you can't break through them. But well, time will tell. But yeah, so I've seen the terrain bits. So obviously there's quite a lot of channels out there that have already received obviously the Into the Dark thing. So again, this is where I think Warhammer don't like me either. Because I did message them a couple of weeks ago to ask if there's any way that I could get like the box set early. I did get an email back from, I don't know, well, yeah, some divisional department within their company, saying that obviously they had then passed my details on to the Revelant people. But yeah, I never heard back. But yeah, all these people have got the box set early. It's like, oh, you lucky people. But so yeah, the first thing I'm going to paint is going to be all the walls and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I must admit, I'm liking the orange. So I think it's because I like the figures to not look like they're Disney figures, as in like really colourful. I like them to look a bit more worn, weathered and battered. And again, this dry brushing, I keep going on about it, but this dry brushing really is my sort of cup of tea in how it makes things look. Just it does give them that bit of a worn look, which is awesome. So yeah. Right, there we go. Three down and 98 to go. Let's have another little drink, then I think I might have missed a few comments. orcs more Daka, but they'll have to run over anything. Yeah, they do, Susan. You played Sisters for a long time and love the fire. Oh, okay, they're fire stuff. Oh, so I do like things that can make fire. Andrew, that's the way to run orcs. They were always a good theme army. Yeah, I think, again, that's why from the few sort of things that I did watch about all the orcs and the people who played them, the orcs are fun to play, and it always seemed the people that played orcs were always fun people, who took the rules sort of as serious as you need to take rules, but not too serious to make the game boring and dull and like a rules. So yes, that's the reason why I kind of like orcs, just because they seemed fun, and the people who played orcs seemed fun. Susan Darth Vader attack. I don't know what's saying there. Andre's got to go out. Will I still be here in an hour? What was it? 6:15? I would say yes. Yes, Andre. I will still be here in about an hour. I would have thought. Yeah, because I kind of want to get these painted. So there's a fair chance I will just stay for like 2-3 hours or whatever. Maybe even longer, I'm not too sure. That's the other reason why I kind of started this stream earlier, because I do kind of want to get these painted today, just because I've got other things I need to do. So yeah, it'd be nice to get these done today, and then I know that I can just edit the video probably Thursday, so it'll be out on Friday. So do any of you guys play the kill team sort of, I don't want to say professionally, but do you sort of like take part in any leagues or proper competitions? Or are you more like me and just sort of play with your mate and, well, soon play with my son? So this is his, it's going to be his team. Yes, you should be watching. Josh, you should be watching. He's playing Minecraft. Oh, keep doing that. His hands are black. I was for me, Dark Vader and the Force. So in Warhammer, I would be Tad Chaos or Psyker. Oh, okay. Ah, which one can do the old chokehold? That's obviously the good old Darth Vader move. So this painting technique is just so easy. It's lovely. Because some say it's almost like you do all the hard work with the dry brushing, and yet the dry brushing isn't hard work. It's yeah. Every part of this is just so simple, and yet the end results are just great. Yes, I must admit, even though obviously say Into the Dark's come out and the kill zone board is obviously a different size to all the previous Killzone boards, because obviously they're all the same size. Even though I'm gutted, because obviously I made that Killzone board for Into the Dark, I'm quite excited about making a new one. It's almost like any excuse to make another Killzone board. So I'm making it a little bit different from the first one, not by much, but obviously the size-wise, definitely different. But yeah, that's why the first thing I'm going to paint when I get into the dark is going to be the terrain. That's going to certainly make some nice backdrops for, well, taking photos of any new miniatures that I paint. Oh, good old rain started again. Yeah, so anyone who plays Pathfinder, apologies that I haven't put all the bits on these guys. Like they're meant to have them like earbud transceiver, receiver things, side of their heads. I didn't like the look of it. So yeah, that's why I've not put it on. Even though I'm sure in the game, obviously it's kind of quite critical because that's how they presumably talk to each other. But yeah, so because this team is going to be played by my son, I've literally gone on what I think looks good and nothing else. Well, to be honest, that's kind of what I'm doing with all the kill teams I do, because they are going to be played by me, my mates, and my son, and not tournament sort of kind of things. They don't need to be 100% accurate. Obviously, I'm going to do my best to make sure a sniper has got like a big sniper gun, and a rocket kind of person's got a rocket gun. But other than that, I'm going to be a bit loosey-goosey with the rules. What size is the new board? The new board is 603mm by 703. So I've already cut out the wood for the board. If anything, I prefer the size. Whereas before it was obviously more rectangular, it's now obviously not far off being square, which kind of looks nicer than the rectangle one. So yeah, again, it's any excuse to make another board. So as much as it's like, oh man, I'm never going to use that board again that I've used. I've played on it twice, which is good. So it did get a bit of action, has been used, but it's never going to get used again because obviously I'm always going to be playing the Into the Dark, Gallow Dark sort of stuff, because I love the idea of fighting on a spaceship. So yeah, I'm just loving that. So I'm loving having to print or make a new board. Do I use cheaper acrylics for the terrain? I don't think I've got the terrain. When I paint terrain, I keep it very simple. The few bits that I have painted for the orc stuff that I've got, again, prime in black, a bit like how I made the orc diorama thingy. So it's primed in black, dry brush grey, dry brush silver, dry brush copper. And when I get the Into the Dark set, that's pretty much what I'll be doing for that. So that'll be like the basic sort of colours. I will be adding some sort of rust, because I'm going to add rust to the base, just because I want it to look like it's been a derelict ship for like hundreds, thousands of years. But then there'll be a few bits that will have like more paint on them. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have, well, other than obviously all these smaller bottles, these are like the other sort of the biggest kind of bottles I've got, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you would probably use more cheaper paints than obviously the little paints, because the little paints aren't going to last long, and obviously they cost a whole lot more. Gee-Whiz Workshop, hello buddy. Use Army Painter dry brushes, and yeah, makeup brushes, again, Amazon. But I can't remember if I've got a pack of 12 brushes for £8 or 8 brushes for £12. it's one of those. But again, this is where my memory is shockingly bad. That I can't remember. But either way, it still works out pretty cheap for the brushes. And there's like a variety of sizes from, well, that's like the small ones, and then you got ones that are like twice as big, and the big ones. What brush do I use for the dry brush? Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, this. So I've got quite a few of these ones. So this is what I use. Yeah, so this is the smaller of the brushes, and then this one is the bigger of the brushes. So say I've definitely got, I reckon it might be £12 for 8 brushes then. So I've definitely got 4 of these. I think there's another size in between. I'm not sure. Because these don't fit in my brush holder. They're kind of like in drawers. But yeah, cheap and cheerful. The thing with this hobby is you don't have to use expensive stuff. Well, it'd be like giving a kid a Ferrari and let him drive in it. Is what giving me expensive stuff would be like. It'd be a waste, because yeah, I'm better off with cheap and cheerful stuff. The Into the Dark seems like an updated version of Space Hulk. Yeah, I don't know what Space Hulk is. So that's how bad it is with any of the Warhammer stuff. Even though I've been painting Warhammer figures for the last year and a bit and making terrain pieces left, right and centre, I don't know any of the games. Obviously Space Hulk, kind of assuming it's on a spaceship. But other than that, that's just kind of as far as I know. 60 by 70 is a bit of a pain. It would have been 60-60. Yeah, also the board I've got, plus it fits on my table nicely that I played my mate on. So it fits on there nicely. And so it's more obviously compact, more squarer than rectangular, which I do prefer. Am I going to use magic blue for the tail skin? I am. Yes, magic blue is going to be their skin colour. Yeah, so I still like the idea of them being blue. Gee whiz, the smaller ones, what you're after? Yeah, so I mean, you might be able to get them like a pack of small ones. It's just that the pack I got had the small. I'm sure it's small, medium, and large. Just because I thought it'd be quite nice to have that variety. Yeah, but I know they were cheap, that's for sure. Cheap and cheerful, got it. Yeah, gee whiz, cheap and cheerful is the way to go. I mean, because it's not worth buying expensive paint if. Well, not worth buying expensive paint. I'll say if you can't paint well, but it doesn't matter if you can paint well and use cheap paints, then why buy expensive paints? Ed, do I still want sprues? I've actually got a couple of big boxes down by the side of me, so I think at the moment I'm going to say no to the sprues, but thank you though. Just because I think I've got enough sprues to finish off that the Thunderhawk. I am still going to make the Thunderhawk, but as you may have noticed, I've gone a bit nuts for Kill Team. So yeah, so I've got 2 big boxes of sprues. That's enough to build the Thunderhawk. It will be done eventually. That's all I'm going to say. Eventually. Susan uses the eye and lip brush. The smaller things, yes. Bigger brushes for terrain. But love your techniques. Really? See, I'm just copying other people. So that's why I love this hobby though. There's so many people doing stuff and just sharing what they've done, they've learned. Obviously some people take something and then change it a little bit and makes it work for them, which is great, because then other people see that and think, oh yeah, I prefer that to the original sort of version. So yeah, that's why I do like this hobby. It is full of fun and friendly people, which is really nice. People that sort of help you rather than critique you in a bad way. They would critique you in a uplifting, nice way, which is cool. Made of something just got back. Awesome. Where did you go? I've been here all the time. I didn't go anywhere. How are we doing for time? 6:30. What time did I start? About 5:15. Oh wow. Well, that's gone quick. That's the one thing, when I'm painting, time does go pretty quick. I think because obviously I'm enjoying myself. Yeah, so this stream's going to be a good 2-3 hours. If I can get these all done, then obviously great. But I think there's a fair chance I might not. I'm not sure. As in the stream, that is. I mean, I am going to try and aim to get these done today. Yeah, it's using the cheap art craft paints. Yeah, and I paint work well together for layering. Yeah, because the cheaper craft paints, because they are kind of like a watered down base, or watery, sort of more watery than army painter ones. So yeah, so they are pretty good for, well, I mean, like say layering up, because it does take quite a few layers to get a rich consistency. Could incorporate the Thunderhawk into some sort of kilting. Oh, I just scrolled off. Some sort of hanger mate. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Maybe something been chopping mushrooms. Okay. Although the thing is, I like to know what you guys are doing, because obviously you can clearly see what I'm doing. But obviously I'm here talking to myself. So sometimes knowing what you're doing makes you appear more real to me, because at the moment you're just words on a screen. I say honestly, doing live streams is kind of, even though I've been doing them quite a bit, it's still weird that I am just sitting in a room on my own talking away. Judge, I think I need to do the big recon drone. I'm definitely going to do the smaller ones, because I like the fact they've got guns on them. But say when me and my son play this, we're going to simplify the rules of these teams a bit more, just to make it easier. Say he's only 9, and obviously say I'm still learning, so yeah, I need to try and keep it simple for both of us. Jim is going to run to the local game shop really quick to grab something to paint along with you. Ah, cool. So that's the one thing I've not got. I've not got a local game shop. And I know I always say I always buy everything from Amazon. And obviously one of the main reasons is I can't stand shopping. And Amazon is obviously, I can order something. It's like the Kill Team. I ordered that at midnight and it came that sort of same day. But if I had a local game shop, then I would go to a local game shop to buy stuff. But yeah, I am kind of gutted that I don't have anything near. I think the nearest kind of, well, it would be Games Workshop. The nearest Games Workshop, a good hour or so away. I think there is a kind of a, not a game shop, but there is a kind of a hobby shop about half an hour from me, but they sell more like your Hornby train sets than anything else. So you wouldn't get any of these kind of figures there. So yeah, so that's kind of why I do kind of rely on Amazon, just because there's nothing really near, and yeah, sort of general shopping. I don't do general shopping. I do Tesco's, Lidl's, and Amazon. Yeah, I've not been sort of shopping. Oh, I don't know. 10 years more. I don't. Yeah, I don't do normal shops. Mana, hello, hi, how are you? You just got here, just sitting down with your models, waiting for the kettle. Awesome. What models have you got in front of you, Mana? What are you painting? don't have a generic tabletop store near. Nope. Not unless you think an hour is near. Then no. Oh, message is just flicked off. Man has got 3 poxwalkers. You've no idea how to paint, so you're going to try slap chop them. Yes, slap chop. Yeah, same manner. I don't know if you saw the beginning of this, but with these, obviously primed in black, but then rather than dry brushing with grey, I dry brushed with this. Just to vary, obviously, the colour underneath the speed paints. So dry brush with this, but then still did a bit of a white, very light white dry brush afterwards, just to sort of mix them up and see what happens. So that's why these are a little bit lighter than the grey. Not by a whole lot, but a little. Ghostly Presence, the hobby cafe, sells figures and paints. And a dice saloon. Ah, awesome. Claymation had one half an hour away, but you can't drive because you're too young. Yeah, say honestly, I would love to have a local like hobby shop near. Just because presumably they'd play games there as well, so it'd be a good way of meeting people and playing games. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, unfortunately where I live, there's nothing near. So other than Tesco's, Lidl's, some hairdressers, obviously I don't need one of those, lots of estate agents. Other than that, there's nothing really in the... I'm in a small town, there's nothing else here. So for me to get to any sort of like major proper like a shopping mall or precinct or whatever you might want to call it, there's about 3 or 4, but they're all like an hour drive. I'm kind of like in the middle of loads of bigger areas, but they're all about an hour away. Which obviously makes it a bit too far just to drive to go and have a chat with people about the game. So I'm looking forward to painting these guys, their faces blue. They look quite cool blue. Definitely like alien from another planet then. He's got a little bit of headgear on there. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm loving this orange. Right, well there we go. There's five done, 5 to go of just this colour. But I say I'm I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I don't know. It's like watching. Is it not like watching paint dry? Watching me do this. Although I know you guys say it all the time, you're here more for the waffle than probably what I'm doing. But the problem I have is when I am painting, I do talk less because I am concentrating more. Whereas when I'm making something, I don't think I need to concentrate half as much. So yeah, I can do more waffling when I'm building something. Just changing my music because the guy presenter was getting a bit boring. You know, when you listen to a radio and like the DJ, they just seem like they're trying too hard, and then they just come across as being, oh, I don't know how to say the word politely. What's that, Andrew? No, mate, it is like watching paint wet, really. Well, it is. It's, yeah. Well, look, here's a dried one. Here's one I made earlier. It's dry, but yeah, this one's still wet. And the good thing is my son will be here this weekend and these will be done by then. So yeah, we can definitely be playing these. So I just hope the Into the Dark gets here Thursday. If that gets here Thursday, then I might do, well, when it gets here I might do a live stream with me opening it and say painting the terrain bits straight away. Because they will be painted straight away. Jazz 2 using this as background noise while you slap some green contrast on the crew. Is that all I'm good for? Background noise? I'll take that as a compliment. Claymation, what does the Anycubic 3D printer use for filament? Depends which one, because obviously Anycubic do resin ones and they do, well, filament ones. But obviously the filament is filament. Does that make sense? Just plastic, isn't it? Made of something is off again. See you in a bit. I'll probably still be here, I think. Susan, no serious though. It is painting and creating and all of it really. Cool. You come for a bit of everything. It's good to hear. So the question, I guess, is when I come to make the display case diorama for these guys, what would be the background? Because I really don't know much about these dudes, other than they look like they're obviously aliens. Yeah, guys, if you've got any ideas of background for these, let me know in the comments. Say, because I'm currently working on, or going to be working on, the Death Cause of Krieg. So the background I'm going to do for those is basically going to be like a World War I trench. So it's going to be like wooden panels, lots of dirt, sandbags, all that kind of stuff. But say these guys, I have no idea what these guys, what their background is. So other than the fact they look like they're obviously from another planet, that's kind of the extent of my knowledge of these guys. Because again, didn't know anything about these until obviously my son liked the look of them, so I bought them. Well, no, I didn't buy them. Oh yeah, guys, anyone just joined? These figures were sent to me by Speedy Trading. I mentioned that obviously at the beginning of the video, but I'll mention it again now. So Speedy Trading sent me these. They used to, well, they still do like an eBay sort of selling site. But at the beginning of this month, they set up a website, so you can go and buy bits from them. They do obviously full boxes, as in brand new boxes. But they also do second-hand figures that are assembled and painted. So yeah, go and take a look, guys. Say link in the description. It's speedytrading.co.uk. Yeah, do like miniatures and tabletop gaming sort of stuff. Bit of all sorts really, which is cool. And yeah, they kindly sent me these for free, which is awesome. The song that's just come in my ear is I Can't Stand the Rain on the Window. Obviously I like the rain because it's on my window. It's just funny, that's the song that's just come in my ear. Oh, did I do that guy's knee pad? Yeah, I thought I missed that. Just seen a knee pad on this dude and it's like, oh, don't recall doing a knee pad on the other one. So yeah, definitely nice, simple colours for these dudes, because obviously it is going to be orange, black, and then a little bit of blue for the head, and then the guns will have a little bit of silver on them, I would have thought. But then when I do the silver, I will probably do a brown wash over it, just because obviously I want the silver to be dirtied up, so it doesn't look too clean. So you guys, what's your preferred method of holding figures? Obviously I like cork. Originally when I first started I had one of these ones, but I had the big chunkier one. Yeah, they're not too bad to use to hold, but again the problem with these is also when you're batch painting, having to take the figure in and out each time, a bit of a pain. So that's kind of why I love using the cork, because obviously I've got 10 figures all on a bit of cork on their own. I have got bigger corks, so if I have bigger figures, bigger cork. But yeah, what do you guys like to sort of hold your figures on, or how do you hold? Oh, pardon me. How do you hold your figures? Man's going to check the link. Yeah, awesome. I say, yeah, go and check the link out, guys. Yeah, so I've been on eBay for a good couple of years, and so it was literally the first of this month they set up their website. All right. Right, so that's my little alarm. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just going to go and change over my printer, because obviously it's printing out floor panels. And there we go. There's one more floor panel printed. Yeah. So what I'm printing, obviously I've got several printers. Had a little accident with one of them though. So I'm now using my it's still the Anycubic. It's a filament printer. So I'm printing out. You're about to see it, are you? Because obviously it's printed out on white. But I'm printing out floor tiles for the. Obviously my new Kill Team board, because obviously the board size has changed, so I'm printing out loads of panels. Very thin, but the only thing obviously the filament printers, they're very slow as in comparison to resin printers. So yes, I'm printing these out, but it takes about an hour to do one of these, whereas if I printed this out on a resin printer it would take about 5 minutes. Obviously there's a lot more involved with the resin, because obviously you get more failures with the resin, although touch wood, I've never really had many failures. But then you obviously have to clean each tile and then UV it. It's coming down hard now, but I love it. So yeah, so I'm using my filament printer, which I haven't used for ages, but I'm using that to print these tiles out. But I think it's 42 tiles I need, and so my printer is printing out about one an hour. So it's going to take me a little while to print them out. But the good thing is, obviously, I'm going to set the alarm again. Good thing is, I'm in obviously no rush, because, well, I'm doing other things while I'm waiting. Right, let's have a little look, because obviously I'm missing what you guys have said you use as what's-its. I love the sound of rain. Right, so let's scroll up, so I've missed what you guys use. Andrew uses a plastic Coke bottle cap and blue tack. Yeah, well that's what I used to use on these. Obviously, hence the reason it's kind of come off at the bottom. I used to use blue tack, but then obviously because you have to push the model into it, it covers the bottom of their feet, as well as sometimes the blue tack not holding them and they fall off. So that's kind of why I've glued these ones on. But it's great because you glue them on, use a scalpel straight underneath, cuts them off nice and clean. If there is any cork on their feet, a little rub on some light sandpaper gets it off. Susan used empty med bottles with some stuff in them to give them a bit of weight. Yeah, cool. Jazz, I directly glue all my minis to the base. Bases have magnetic foil on the bottom. Okay, so just put the mini and base on a metallic surface. Oh, that's cool. I like the idea. That's something different I've not sort of seen before. Yeah. Andrew, or cork for metals which you pin. Yeah. Empty paint pots. Yeah, that's a good one. Manor holds the models by the bases or wrists if they are part made. Yeah. Yeah, obviously because I don't put mine on. That's obviously not an option I can do, because I don't put mine on a base. I can't hold. I can't hold what's not there. Dion, no rain here in Norfolk. Hello there. Well, it's been raining pretty much on and off all day. Every now and then, like just then, it really comes down. Well, it's more like it's heavy rain. Not heavy rain. Yeah, like bigger rain, as opposed to coming down hard. Man, the panels look good. Yeah, it's obviously I love printers. But yeah, so the board, say, cause it's 603 by 703 millimeters. So it's made up. Well, I'm making panels that are like just over a smidge over 100 by 100. So there's like 7 by 6. So yeah, I'm making a lot of tiles. Where did I get the stock files for the tiles? Thingiverse, everything I get, Thingiverse. Yeah, because this is one I printed out. I don't know if you can see this one any better. No, so because it's a white panel, my lighting's not set up for things that are white. It kind of kills them. But that board, again, that video for that should be coming out end of the week. Well, should be, but say I'm printing one panel out an hour, so it's going to take a little while. Oh, pardon me. But again, that's normally why I have several projects on the go, just because obviously I like to be making things all the time. So when I do come to do the video of the floor, I will put links to the panels. But the panels that I'm using are the same panels, or some of the same panels that I used in my last Grimdark base. So if you go and check that video out, there's links in that one. Biffo 1960, you got rain there in Manchester. Yeah, I'll say it's chucking it now. Andy, the blue tack losing hold while you're halfway through. No. Yeah, because the blue tack I use, obviously every now and then you have to just like throw it away because it kind of almost dries out, doesn't it? Susan, is the rainy atmosphere, but it hasn't yet. It's cloudy and oakish. Dion, wish it would rain. Bonsai trees are thirsty. So I'm just pleased about the rain because the air is nice and cool, which is good. It has been a tad warm. Oh yeah, their little buckles are orange. Not sure I've seen the buckles on any of these ones. Oh yeah, no, there it is. Can't see your one. Can't see your one. There we go. Cool. The buckle crisis has been averted. I noticed the buckle. Right, there we go. I'm going to change the camera angle just so I can do a little bit of filming. So bear with me while obviously you move about. Zoom out a little bit, although the lights. Alright, well, what we're going to do, we'll do you, you look good. We'll do you. Let's move them out of the way. Again, yeah, because obviously I am filming this to make a video. Again, this hobby, if I wasn't filming it for obviously videos, would be so much, I don't want to say easier, because I enjoy making the videos, so much quicker I guess. Because obviously when I'm like now, I'm going to paint something, but I sort of set the background as well, just so that when I film, well, the background looks good and you can see kind of what I'm doing. Because obviously I want to show the painted ones. What's that? Oh, that does look good without that. Yeah, so sometimes I have to sort of like rearrange my desk a little bit before taking that sort of 10-second bit of footage of me painting something. Because I kind of want to show that I've obviously painted quite a few. Because I am obviously batch painting, so it's a case of doing the same to all of them before then going on to the next colour. So let's get the paint ready, let's get that ready. There we go, so I can just sort of say that I've painted several of them. Yeah, pleased with how they're all coming out. And then it's the case of continuing to paint. There we go. That's enough filming. So it is just a case of filming little bits here and there. So when I come to edit the whole thing, some of the clips I take don't stay in, just because they're not kind of needed. They're almost like a repeat of a stage you may have seen before. But it's always best to take more footage than you need, just because then you've got the extra footage just in case. Right, let's change the focus again. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Susan the Air's muggy. Yeah, I definitely prefer cooler, crisper sort of weather. Andrew has to restock the corks, but now they have screw caps. Oh no! But again, guess where I get my corks from? Let's move that a little bit because. So it's going to keep adjusting the camera just so I can get it in the best spot when I'm holding my mini. You can see it. That looks about good. Right, there we go. We can crack on and do some more stuff. I use the corks for bases. Yeah, break them up. Manners, thanks to my older sprue videos, you're making an observatory. Oh, cool. Have a cornetto lid and sprues. Awesome. That's me. Yeah, I've not done any sort of kit bashing for a while. I think my problem is having the 3D printer. Sometimes it's just too easy to use it because it's like, again, I get all my files from Thingiverse. So if there's something I'm after, I'll look on Thingiverse. 9 times out of 10 it'll be there, or if it's not, there'll be something similar that I want to say kit bash, but kit bash on the computer, as in like merge a couple of files together to make something else. So yeah, so I haven't done any scratch bashing for ages. Yeah, Susan, you'd go nuts if you had one too. Well, it's like being a kid with your own toy shop. I mean, that's how I see 3D printers. It really is as simple as that. It's, yeah, you're a big kid with your own toy shop because you can just, 1 minute you can be looking online for a file, and then a couple of hours later you've printed off whatever it is you need. So yeah. Podge Panda, can I have a quick look in WhatsApp? I can. So I'm sure you guys know now, Podge Panda is my daughter, and I'm guessing she has sent me a message. Yeah. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for printers, go and have a look at Anycubic. They've got a lot of deals on at the moment. Yeah, because they've been going for like 7 years, and they're doing a back to school special. So bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to have a look and see what Podge Panda has sent me. yes, Paige, you can spend £6 of your pocket money on something. So it wasn't important, guys. It was just my daughter asking if she could spend £6 on something. So the answer is yes. Is it Robux, perhaps? Is that what it is? 'Cause that's generally what you want to spend your money on. Or are you back into Fortnite? Because Josh has been spending money on Fortnite. Oh, let's get where you can see it. Money you can't be to get your 3D printer back up. Yeah, well, I say I've obviously moved into the flat a couple of months ago, and I've only just this morning I had a bit of a tidy up where my little 3D printer area is going to be, and that's why I say I'm using the filament printer, which I've not used for, I don't know, I want to say at least a year. But yeah, it's up and running, it's working fine, and yeah, that's what I'm using obviously to print out the floor tiles. Is the well, this one's the Viper, but I am going to be getting something else. Podge Panda, not going to tell anyone. GTA. Ah, you're going to buy stuff on GTA. Fair enough. So now I thought it was going to be something exciting that you were telling me, as opposed to, Daddy, can I spend some of my money? Yeah, everyone say hello to Podge Panda, because she loves it. She loves the attention. Well, oh, Paige, you need to tell your brother he should be watching, because I'm painting his figures. Jake Lewis is printing a whole tank on your printer. Awesome. Yeah, so printers are great, but obviously sometimes, well, they can take a while to print whatever it is they're printing. So yes, it's always good to be doing something else while you're waiting. Otherwise that would be worse than watching paint dry, waiting for a printer to print something off. Especially if it does take hours. Right. Just his headpiece, I think. Oh, and a shoulder pad. I've just been reading the comments and I was a bit getting confused on what was going on. Yes, is the answer to the comments that I can see. It's weird because when I looked at his face, it looks like he's got some sort of mask over it. Okay, my excuse, I put his head on late last night. I was tired. I'd had a tough day. Okay, yeah, his head might be on backwards. But you know what, I might leave it. It almost looks like he's got like a weird looking sort of grimace on. Apart from obviously the fact that when you look, Yeah, because he could be one of them sort of like hip young kids. He's got his visor on back to front. Do you know you get like the old peak cap when you turn it round, baseball cap, and you turn it around to face the wrong way? That's what this dude is. He's hip, he's young, he's with it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. I was going to pull his head off and turn it round, but I think the fact that you guys all know his head's on the wrong way round makes it funnier and more reason that I'm going to leave it. But it is weird because I kept looking at his face and it's like his mouth just looked really weird, and obviously it's because it's not his mouth, it's the creases in his neck. But Lord Voldemort. Yeah, I'm going to leave it backwards just because it's funny now. As Bob Ross would say, it's just one of those lovely little accidents. Or happy accidents, or whatever it's called. Yeah. This dude is that good at shooting, he hasn't even got a look. He can do... This dude has got eyes in the back of his head. So this is why I need to be careful now, because we're getting near the 2-3 hour mark, aren't we? And I say when I stream for like 3 hours or go over 3 hours, I start to lose it a little bit, and I get a bit giddy, a bit excited, a bit silly. Yeah. Well, it makes sense to put his head on backwards. Maybe every kill team, I need to do something backwards. Because on the orc one, who was the orc? Oh, this dude. Yeah, this dude. Someone kept saying I haven't put the nozzle on the front of his gun. And I kept saying, I have. And he was like, no you haven't. I was like, I have. And then when I looked, it was like, oh I have, but I put it on backwards. But I still drilled it out. But yeah, this nozzle should have been on the other way around. But it was just so funny that we were both sort of like adamant in our, you haven't, I have, you haven't, I have. It's like, oh yeah, I've done it wrong. Special ability 180, yeah. Well, I say definitely. Is there not an ability eyes in the back of your head? Because if not, there is now. Goofy is what you call it, Susan, when you're tired. Yeah. Again, I think it's because I say I don't normally talk a lot. I probably talk more in a stream than I do for the rest of the week, and that's not like an exaggeration. That is probably true. I talk more now than I will for the rest of this week, and I think it might be all this talking that sometimes makes my brain go a little bit, well, a little bit funny. It needs a bit of downtime, I think. It can't handle all this talking. So I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to get these all painted on the stream. Yeah, just because my brain won't be able to take doing a stream. Well, I did do a stream once and it was 12 hours. Was that the Tau Manta I did? Must have been. Oh no, or was it the Orc Stomper? Oh, I can't remember now. I made something and I did a live stream for about 12 hours. So I think I started late in the evening and then went all through the night to the morning. And I think by the end of that, yeah, I was just talking nonsense. Susan has some interesting chats with a cat. Well, this is probably worse because I'm having an interesting chat with myself and making myself laugh and giggle and just be nuts. Mana, words are hard. Well, it is. Say honestly, I'm not a big chatter or a big talker normally. I'm generally one of these people that I only talk normally to answer someone. It's very rare for me to like start a conversation. Yeah, so the fact that I do sort of come on here and I waffle is just kind of weird. I think I must have been saving up all this waffle for the last sort of 54 years just to do live streams and let it all out, quite literally. So yeah, do go a little bit nuts. And I haven't said it for a while. I love this orange. This is really nice. I think it's because I wasn't too sure whether or not the orange would come out more reddish, just because the yellow that I've got comes out orangish. But I'm really pleased this is an orange, and I love it. So what was the time? 7:15. Yeah, maybe another hour. See how the brain does. If you can cope with that long. Oh, nudge the old camera. Sorry about that. Susan, it was one of those, but you was there too. They're pretty much barrel ready. 3 colours is the minimum amount. What is that? Is that like a GW rule that all miniatures must have 3 colours? Maybe. Jazz, you're curious how the blue will turn out. Usually still have to dry brush light blue over it. Oh, okay. Finn Prince, what's my colour scheme? Very simple. Obviously, as you can see, orange, blue for the face, and then black for the tunics. And then I will do some sort of like grey or silver for parts of the gun. But other than that, that's kind of it. I'm keeping them really simple. Simple, but hopefully it will look good. Sometimes simplest is the best. Although at least I've got this dude's head on the right way around. There's a start. That is little controller thing. This can be orange and a few other colours on it as well, I guess. So this dude, I don't know if he is or not, but this dude is going to be like the captain for my son's team, or the general, or the boss, or whatever you want to call him. Alright, that's him done. 2 to go. Yeah. Pizza loving girl has got some crazy faces going on. Is that because of me talking about my craziness going on after 3 hours? Start going a little bit doolally. Andrew, 3 colours and up is the GW Credo on painting, and then the Grey Knights. Yeah, so I think this is where sometimes GW and certain people who play the game take things a bit too serious. Yeah, I don't. I like rules. I do like rules in games because obviously you need rules so then everyone knows what's going on. But I think sometimes there can be rules that are a bit nitpicky and a bit silly. And just like with Dungeons and Dragons, the rule of cool sort of comes into play because obviously you want to have fun with whatever it is you're doing. Andre, I've made some nice progress. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, getting there. Just a couple more dudes to do the orange, and then we can go on. And I think I might do the blue next, just because I want to see their heads. Yeah, so do their heads and then save the black for last. Well, it'll be the silver for last. Oh, thought for a moment then the internet had gone, just because my music stopped for a split second, but has come back. So, pizza loving gal, what did you have for dinner in the end? You were cooking something, and I said, "Are you doing pizza?" But I wasn't sure if you made a comment. So, pizza loving gal, what are you eating, or what have you eaten? So I'm sure you would have had it by now. I've had a couple of vegan burgers. And I think later on I might have a jacket potato with beans. Andre, what skin colour? Yeah, I'm going to do blue, buddy. Just because I kind of like the blue that's on the picture. The blue that I'm using might be a little bit more vibrant than the blue that's in the picture. But yeah, I like the idea of these dudes being blue. Oh, that pizza loving gal must have gone. She's not telling me what she's eaten. Well, I was saying that when people tell me what they've eaten, it normally makes me hungry. How do vegan burgers, compared to normal ones? To be honest, they're just the same. Because I normally, again, I normally go for the cheapest kind of burgers when I go to Tesco's anyway. So I don't spend a lot of money on the burgers. So yeah, the burgers I've got are just as good. One thing I am sort of experimenting more with now, or not really experimenting with, but trying more things, and that's obviously sauces and spices. I guess before I would just have like ketchup and then that'd be it. So I am trying out different sort of spices. I tried out vegan mayonnaise earlier, that was lovely. So So yeah, so the burgers, I think it's like anything. If you get just bog standard burgers, they're going to be the same. But then obviously you can get the fancy burgers. Although at the moment I've not seen any fancy vegan ones. But yeah, no, the burgers I had, yeah, were lovely. So yeah, can't complain at all. A Fat Black Jedi. Hello, buddy. How are you? Cool name, by the way. Mike's on. What was that? Sausage and bubble and squeak. Wow, I've not heard that word for years. My dad used to love bubble and squeak. Yeah, I didn't. My dad, yeah, bubble and squeak the next day. Leftovers. Wow. Susan Wegman's vegan burgers. Okay. And yeah, you do different spices and salad dressings. Yeah, so I used to be quite simple with whatever I ate was ketchup. But I've been out to a few pubs and had like vegan burgers and vegan meals, and there's always a lot more flavours going on because of the spices, because of the sauces. So yeah, I am doing a lot more now with sauces and herbs and spices and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it does make a big difference in obviously the taste of stuff. Right, yeah, he's a lot. Oh no, got one more dude off this, haven't I? And then we can get on as a bit of blue on the old faces, which should be quite cool. Because say again, this blue, I don't think I've used it before, so I'm not too sure exactly how it comes out. All I know is it should be the lightest blue that I've got. So hopefully it'll look good on the faces. Because I don't want the blue to be too dark, because obviously the rest of their outfit's going to be black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the speed paint blue, but if it does look like it's a dark blue, I may well go over it with a lighter blue just to, well, lighten it up really. But again, we'll give it a go, see how it comes out. Finn, what do you think about the green skin? Yeah, see, for me, green is like orcs. That's kind of what I associate, obviously, the green with. So yeah, for me, the blue just makes me feel more like these are aliens from a different planet. So that's kind of why I'm going to stick with the blue on these ones. Mike Welly, yeah, even using them in my hobbying. Yeah, the turmeric. Yeah, I need to buy more turmeric because I've not really used much of it in cooking. I've used more of it in bases, and it'll be used again when I make the my second Into the Dark board. It'll be used for that to make obviously more rust effects. So yeah, so I need to get some more turmeric. Right, I think that's him done. Right, there we go. The last orange. Susan thinking grey blue. Oh yeah, because I must admit the grey, well, what I thought was grey, on these dudes, obviously came out blue. Oh yeah, I'm torn now. Because that's got a bit of blue to it. I'm going to go with the other blue because I think I want their faces to be blue, whereas this is obviously quite a dark. Yeah, especially because obviously the rest of it's going to be black. I think that could be too. Oh, I'll leave him on the floor. Just got to be careful not to stand on him. Fat Black Jedi, have we got a 3D printer? If that's to me, yes, several. Don't get him started. What about 3D printers? Go check out any Cubic 3D printers. But the thing is, though, they are good printers. I mean, I've been using their printer or printers for, I don't know, about a year and a half, and I've had no real issues. In fact, the only time I normally have issues is when I've done the supports myself, and then the prints fail because of the supports. So that's why I love getting things that are already supported, just because I do have a few issues. I can darken it with none oil. I don't have none oil. Yeah, in fact, the only paints I've got from GW are the contrast paints. And when I say got, not from them, they didn't give me anything for free. I bought them, but yeah, I don't have none oil. I'll do most of that top bit. But yeah, so that's why I'm really looking forward to the green stuff dipping inks, just because their range of colours is quite bright looking. That's the one thing I must admit, especially with the contrast paints that I've got from, or the few that I've got, they're very dark ones. So I am looking forward to getting some nice, bright, vibrant one. Oh, Pizza Loving Girl is back. Pasta Bake. There we go. Good old Pasta Bake, eh? So how come you weren't having a pizza? It's in your name. Eh? Pizza Loving Girl. Pizza. Makes sense. Use turmeric for rust. Yeah, of course. Manna, have you not been watching my videos? If you've been watching my videos, my last two videos that I've done rust in, I've used turmeric. Doesn't everyone use turmeric? I thought it's the go-to stuff for rust. Plus it smells nice. Jazz, I should always have one shade paint lying around. I'll happily have some shade paint lying around if you'd like to buy me some shade paint, and then I can have it lying around. So cheers, Jazz. Yeah. Fatback Jelly's got an Elegoo Mars 2. Me too. I got a Mars 2. I did have a Mars 1. You get pre-supported, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I can do supports, but then sometimes I go OTT on supports. And obviously if you have the wrong settings on your printer, having too many supports merges the supports into like a big, thick, chunky column, which just obviously ruins the whole thing then. Right, how long have I been going for? 7:30. I've been going about 2 hours. Wow. That's the thing is, when you're painting, the time really does go quick. Seems crazy I've been doing it for 2 hours. So I reckon at most another hour. And then obviously I don't think I'm going to get them done in the hour, but I will finish them off whilst watching, well, possibly watching YouTube, watching videos on Into the Dark, and thinking those lucky people getting it early. Or I might watch a film, I'm not sure. Susan loves the sound of the pasta bake. Although I'm looking forward to trying out a Domino's vegan pizza. Yeah, I think I'm going to be trying out one of those next week. So that'd be nice. Well, sorry, I've tried out vegan pizza. I've got it from Lidl's. Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty nice. Ben C, you're off. Okay, buddy, you take care. Oregano makes nice creeper vines. And crushed mint too. And the good thing is, that's what I did buy. What did I buy? It was like the herbs, but the ones that look like little leaves. and I bought them purely as to make like bases and stuff, just because it's cheap as well, buying them sort of stuff. So it can be so much cheaper than buying modelling sort of grass or tufts. Yeah, just buy herbs and spices. Can't go wrong. Oh, nudge the camera. Sorry about that. Right, soon be able to see how this blue is going to come out. Is it going to be a good blue, or is it going to be messed it up blue? Well, I was saying, I didn't know, obviously didn't know how the orange was going to turn out, and that's pleasantly surprised me. A little belt buckle. Oh, shoulder pad. Although, not exactly shoulder pads, these are they really? Not like the infiltrators, not intercessors, I mean. Oh yeah. Oh, let's get a bit of the gun. Yeah, love it. Cool blue. Thyme, yeah, that's the stuff I got. Thyme. Yeah, it's like tiny little leaves. All right, the good old method of cleaning your brush. Pizza loving girl, yeah, pizza next week. Can't wait. Gonna be lovely jubbly. Yeah. I have to admit though, obviously I'm sure you guys do it as well, it's not just me, licking your brush after using the paints. Most of the paints are like, I mean obviously there's no paint that tastes like, oh yeah, yummy, I'll have more of that. Most paints are like, yeah, whatever. But the contrast and the speed paints, nasty. Don't know why I do it, I should really have a little pot of water or something, but can't bother getting up really. So that, man, I'll make sure to watch some of the Rust videos. Cool. You disappeared for a while because you found out you were unsuited. Oh, unsubbed. I was going to say unsuited. I don't. Unsubbed. Yeah, I think again I think the other reason why, like I was saying earlier, when I live streamed like last year and the year before, I was averaging about 150 to 180 people watching my videos or my live videos. God, I can't even talk now. This is what I say. 3 hours, brain goes to mush. Live streams, that's the word I was thinking of. Yeah, about a year or so ago, I used to get loads of people watching live streams, and the same with a video. I put a video on, and it would get at least 1,000 views in the first hour, maybe more. Whereas now, if a video gets 500 views in the first hour, that's almost good because a lot of them get less. And I think it is because I think a lot of people aren't getting notified, and possibly some people may, like yourself, have been unsubbed. Well, you may have unsubbed purposely, I'm not too sure. Doesn't taste like orange. Not any orange I've ever eaten. That's the oils. Oh wow, yeah, no, I've never done the oils. I've always, at least I've kept it to water-based paint. Still nasty though. Right. It's not going to get much cleaner than that, I don't think. Right, so I'll have a little drink. Just to help wash away the taste. Alright. Whose head shall we do first? Well, I think we're going to do the guy with the head on backwards. Oh no, he's got a bit of orange. Oh man. I've missed his little, what's it going around the back of his head. He'll have to wait. I'm not going to do a little bit of orange just to, well, I should do really though. Oh man, I am. I can't not do it. As much as I don't want to do it, I can't not. I want to finish the orange off properly. But obviously it means I've got to taste the orange again. Taste the rainbow. But it ain't no rainbow. Colour. Right, okay. This is definitely all the orange done, so I'm going to lick the thing again. Dan Mark, howdy from Hampshire. That's where I am, in Hampshire. From Texas, first time here. Good to have you, buddy. Is it nice and warm where you are? Because a lot of us seem to have rain, but I'm kind of thinking Texas. Do you get much rain? Yeah, I reckon you've probably got some decent weather in Texas. Susan now wants Skittles. Taste the rainbow. So Michael, nun oil is nearly the same. I don't have nun oil. I've never tasted nun oil. Maybe I should. Mana, yeah, you would unsub purposely. Oh, you wouldn't. Oh, so I said you would. My content is too helpful. Oh, you're so kind. Was it helpful on showing you what not to do? Yeah, he's got this great channel. You watch him. Whatever he does, do the opposite. It works. Right. So I'm going to do a bit of filming. So what we want to do is get these chaps all nice and lined up. Who's I going to paint? His face doesn't look too bad. I want to pick a good one. Oh man, you got orange. Oh man, I should have checked better. You got? Oh, you're the one I just did. You got? Oh, I'm going to love the taste of orange at the end. Right, last one. I hope. How did I miss your head again? Right, let's just. So I know if I don't do it now, I might forget later. And the one thing with the speed paints is obviously you can't put a speed paint on top of another speed paint. Well, you can, but you just won't get the same colour or the colour that you want. Right. Alright, but I missed a bit of his arm as well. Right. Third time lucky. I think the taste is getting better because it's not getting any worse, that's for sure. Finn, you're in Hampshire as well. Oh, okay. I'm southern Hampshire. I'm kind of in the middle of, I've got like Reading, Basingstoke, Farnborough, all kind of similar distances away from me. I've been tangoed. Well, I think my mouth has. Right, here we go. I'm not even going to look now. I'm doing blue. Whatever happens, I'm doing blue. If I've missed any orange bits, I'm going to do them after. I really want to see what the blue looks like. Because will it look how I want it to look? Ooh. Right, so you're the one I just did, so we'll do someone else. And you look good enough. Right, so he's wearing gloves, so it's not his hands, it literally is his head and then his feet. But he's kind of got, it's kind of like hooves, isn't it? So it's the bit around the hooves, and then the hooves are going to be, oh, I'll put it a light grey, I think I want to do. We, Andre, we're getting an informed opinion on the taste of paints. Yeah, why not? Rate them, rate them paints. You're next to Southampton. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to Southampton next week actually. So yeah, I'm about an hour from Southampton. I'm nearer Portsmouth, but yeah, not a million miles away. Yeah, 'cause my go-to beach is Southsea. Yeah, love it down there. You tell your friends about me and how not to. Maybe I should change the channel. How not to paint. Maybe I should put that in my titles as well. How not to make dioramas. How not to paint. How not to assemble. Might get more views. Andrew's tasted many brands and colours. Well, you got to try these things. Right, I was going to do some filming. So let's serious head on. Because obviously I need to film for the video. Go in close or stay out wide? Let's go there. Gonna hold him about there. So let's zoom in a bit. Bosh. Have that. Will the eventual video have the dry brush process in? It will, yes. I dry brushed these this morning and I did film myself dry brushing them. Obviously primed them black, didn't film that because obviously I primed them black. But yeah, so these were primed black and then I filmed this morning dry brushing of this colour and then the white. So yeah, so when the video comes out on Friday, it'll include footage from yesterday, me assembling them, footage of me dry brushing them, and then little clips from today. So yeah, so you'll see the whole process from beginning to end. Ooh, pardon me. Right, yeah, cool. So I want these kind of obviously to be in the background, just to indicate that I have painted all the orange bits. He says, fingers crossed. Doesn't look too bad. Right, I'm gonna have that about there. So it's his head and parts of his feet. Cool. Right, yeah, let's film a little bit and go bosh. And I'm just going to sort of say that I've done them all. He's done. I'm going to show the paints and say this is the one I'm going to use. Good old magic blue. And then let's have a go at using some magic blue. Alright, so all went a bit quiet there, so I was concentrating on, well, painting. Yeah, I think I like the blue, so it should dry a little bit lighter. Smurf on steroids. Yeah, Biffo, I think you might be right, buddy. He does look a little bit like that. Right, let's get the focus, zoom out. Right, give me hold it about there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think the blue's pretty cool. Blue Man Group, yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I saw these people. I kind of thought a bit Blue Man Group and obviously aliens. Yeah, so this blue is definitely bluer looking, or darker blue, deeper blue than the one they've got. But yeah, no, I like that. Although I think I may need to use my smaller brush to get in, because his neck is just crazy small little area. Yeah, smaller brush for the win. Yeah. Blue Man Group, here we go. Peace, love and girls. South Sea is the best. It is. They've got a pretty cool crazy golf there. The last time I went there, though, I think the ground was uneven. The last time I played crazy golf, because I couldn't seem to get the ball in. It was just a right mare. But yeah. Mana, what are my favourite diorama resources to have around? Obviously, sprue goo is one of them as a given. 5 favourite diorama resources. Blimey, I don't know. Well, I guess. Oh, my alarm. I guess one of them is going to be having a 3D printer. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I'm just literally going to change my 3D printer as it's printing something. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Pick my little miniature up, don't want to stand on him. I've got to take my glasses, I can't read. There's 2 things on the file, I need to print the right one off. Back in a second. And he's back in the house. Alright, so there's 5 tiles printed of 42. Got a few to go. Yeah, diorama. Well, yeah, there we go. 3D printer, MDF board. I love MDF stuff, because obviously that's another figure on the floor. Yeah, obviously making well, anything. The MDF stuff I've got is great, because obviously it's nice and thin. I think it's about 3 mil thick, but you can cut it with like a Stanley knife, which is cool. So yeah, definitely MDF board, glue, 3D printer. Yeah, sprues are obviously pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what else really. It's hard to say. Kind of whatever's at hand, I guess. Yeah. Right, that's one head and the bottom bits. Is there a knobbly bit on the... Ah, they've got a little knobbly bit at the bottom. It's can't get it in the screen. Yeah, so there's a little knobbly bit on this side which should be what red, orange. Yeah, so this is just their face, and say a little bit around their hooves is blue. But yeah. It's quite dark, but doesn't look too bad. We'll see how it looks once they're all done. And I think we'll actually use a smaller brush because their faces are quite small. Oh man, there's a bit of orange missing on this dude as well. We'll add the orange in after. Yeah, anyone who has just joined, I'm going to make another Gallo Dark Killzone board, because obviously the other one that I made is no longer the right size, because obviously Games Workshop, they're into the Dark Kill team set. They've made the Killzone board a different size. So yeah, so I'm reprinting, or I'm going to make a new board. So I'm just printing off loads of tiles to make it. So big question, guys. Have you all hit the thumbs up button? I'll be checking. Fat Black Jedi's got to go off. Have a good evening, buddy. Or good morning, good afternoon, and all the rest of it. Yeah, cheers for being here. So was it 8 o'clock? Yeah, I'm going to just do a little bit longer, the live stream, and then I'm going to go off because I want to make something to eat. And I'm going to finish off painting these dudes probably by watching a movie or something. I think I haven't watched a movie for ages. A little bit sticking out. I think that is part of their part of their skin. Looks like it's an extra toe or something, I think. So there probably won't be any more live streams this week, but there will be a video out on Friday, and it'll be this video showing me obviously building these and painting them. So yeah, check that out. Meta ad infinitum, yeah, checking in sporadically, did the thumbs up, awesome, cheers buddy. And you got a jet too. Excited to have these done. Should you press it again? No, Andre. Well, unless you can go onto a different account, and then by all means press as many times as you want with different accounts. That'll be awesome. Alright, well obviously, oh, he needs his feet doing, I guess. Did you have any sticky out bits? Oh yeah, have you got some sticky out bits? Yeah, so obviously after the blue, the next colour will just be the black for their tunics and everything else. But again, it's good though, because even with the blacks, have I got here black? Well, yeah, I painted something black, but even the black, because the black is quite watery, translucent. Again, it shows highlights and lowlights, dark lights, shadows. You know what I mean? It shows all the stuff from the dry brushing, which is really good. So it's not like it's a thick matte black you put on it, just blacks everything. It's a watery black, so you can still see a lot of shadows and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. So yes, these are pretty simple looking, but I think they're going to be quite cool. Yeah, and hopefully my son will he'll be pleased with these. So I'm making up some data cards as well, just to make it easier when we are playing, rather than looking through like the whole book. It's almost going to be like top trumps. I'm going to get cards made of top trump size with all the details of these guys. So all their damage, all their special abilities, their moves, their saves. Yeah, basically everything. So it makes things nice and easy for everyone involved. Oh, not the camera, sorry guys. Cool. Right, I'm going to paint one more and then I am going to go. So yeah, guys, thanks for being there. If you've got any questions, by all means ask now. Say I'm going to paint this dude, just the blue bits, and then I am going to end the stream just so I can go and get something to eat. And then I'll carry on painting these. Yeah, so the video will be out on Friday. Oh yeah, this is the dude with his head on backwards. I was going to say, yeah, his face looks weird, but we kind of know why his face looks weird. But I kind of liked it in the end. Just, it looks like he's got like a real grumpy looking face. Let's zoom in so you can see old backwards head dude. Gosh. So yeah, it does. I say the creases that obviously in the back of his head does look like it could just be angry. Well, obviously he clearly is angry because his head's on backwards. I think this dude's just showing off that he can shoot backwards. Cool. Right, cheers guys. Thanks a lot for being there. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I certainly enjoyed chatting, painting, waffling, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, yeah, I don't think I'm going to live stream. Say Thursday night, I possibly could, but I don't know what I'd be live streaming if I did. Anyway, I'm waffling. Yeah, cheers guys. Yeah, check out my brief video that went on earlier on if you haven't seen that. It was the let's quickly get that out because I love this thing. So the video that was out earlier was obviously the building. Oh, I'm too zoomed in now. Gosh. Yeah, so the video earlier was obviously showing how I made my little sort of diorama display case thingy for the orcs. Yeah, go and check that out, guys. Right, yeah, have a good evening. Yeah, Pixel Loving Girl, you have a good evening too. I'm sure you will. Darts Mark likes the blue. Yeah, yeah, it's growing on me too. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to start waffling, so I'm just going to go because otherwise I will waffle on and on and on. So cheers for being there, guys. You all take care, have fun doing whatever it is you might be doing, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye for now.